Yo, Pastor JT, Mayberry here one more time to invite you to subscribe our YouTube channel. We want to be able to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ on the platform that has been provided for us. Hey, listen, we have our morning encounter. We have Rewind Bible Study on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. We have Sofa Talk with Pastor JT, which is myself, and that beautiful lady Fanita. Listen, also have Love Country with the Gills. We have Mafia Teen Talk for the teens. So we have a wide spread of things, of content to share to you on our social media platform, which is YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe today. And don't forget to hit the like button on each and every video that you see. God bless you. God bless you. Good evening, 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 good evening. We back in the building. The marathon continues. One more time. We're getting closer to our goal. We're currently at 192, I believe, 192, something like that. Man, we had an extraordinary interview earlier today with my friend and my brother, RSJ, came in and chopped it up with Pastor JT. Man, we talked about a lot of things that we went through back in the day. Talked about where we are now. So y'all go back and check out that video, that live stream from earlier this afternoon. When you come in, hit the like button and encourage someone to subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you come in, hit the like button. Come on in. Say hello. Hello. Tell me where you're from, where you're at. We're only streaming from all of the House of Deliverance pages tonight. Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Good afternoon. Cut them in kind of short earlier because the kids was in town, so we wanted to spend some time with the kids. Chris and Troy came in from San Antonio, so we kicked back and chill with the kids today. Hopefully they made it back safely to their destination. If y'all listening, let us know where y'all at, how far y'all got to go. Good, always good seeing your kids. We are. Let's see. We come in, hit the like button on YouTube. Currently at 191. 191. We got a good ways to go. 191. I believe we was at 160 when we started the marathon. So we got 30 new subscribers. Really shouldn't be this hard, but y'all know I love a challenge. I love a challenge. So what we're gonna get into tonight is some sofa talks. We will get into sofa talk. Yeah. Check out sofa talk. Let's see which one. Let's do we did family secrets. Is today's society driven by sex? I know that was a topic that we tackled, and it was a good one. It was a good one. Let's talk about it.
This is an in-house production.
What's up, Sofa Talk? Gang.
This is an in-house production. This is an in-house production.
What's up, Sofa Talk? Gang.
This is an in-house production.
What's up, Sofa Talk? Gang.
This is an in-house production. This is an in-house production.
What's up, Sofa? Gang.
This is an in-house production.
What's up, Sofa Talk Gang? Gang. What's up, Sofa Talk Gang?
We loud.
What's up, Sofa Talk Gang?
Gang.
What's up, everybody? Welcome on in tonight. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We got some great content tonight. I know everybody saw the advertisement, so you can't wait to talk about it. We're gonna get into it. First, we want to say what's up to everybody. Come on in, let us know you're in the building. Hey, Sister Bernicia. Hey, Sister Brittany. Hey, Sister Tiff. Hey, Sister Shanika.
Hello, everybody.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. And I was gonna say something. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Hope y'all having a marvelous Thursday. Let us know how you doing. How your day been. You can say something back. It's great. I'm having a good day. Not so good. Let us know how you doing.
It's good in the hood, It's good. It's good in the hood. What's today's topic?
Hey, Sister Kenza. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about sex.
Sad.
We're going to talk about a couple of different things.
Sure. I know thing about it is we love to go catch it. We love to grab the attention. I ain't digging the shirt, but I ain't got time to fix that right now. But the thing about it is the question is, are we living in a sex-driven society? Are we living in a sex-driven society? And what does the church have to say about it? Does the church have any say? Or do we have anything to say at all? I mean, we have firm believers of slaves can't free slaves.
Right.
So if dealing with that themselves, you're not gonna hear about it. I mean, we hear about the different religious denominations. We see it on the news all the time. All of the scandals in the church, all of the sexual related scandals in the church and outside of the church. But are we living in a sex-driven world, society? Turn on the radio. Everything you hear on the secular radio, it has something to do with sex. You turn on the TV, it have everything to do with sex. And it ain't like it was in the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. The 2000s got a little raunchy. In the teens, it got even raunchier. So, seems as if we're living in a sexual-driven society. Not just sex, but violence. Sex and violence go hand in hand. Yeah. Cartoons, Sister Ninja say cartoons. It's even on the cartoon.
Yeah. Everything is about sex.
Everything.
That Adult Swim channel is not for children.
That is not for children.
Looking at something on there.
So are we living in the sexual driven? So at what age? How do you talk to your kids about this, or do you talk to your kids about this, or How is it being a single parent trying to talk to a son about sex, or a
Right.
single mother trying to talk to her son about sex, or a father? Oh Lord, Tudor. Oh Jesus. But after my research, good God Almighty, we got saints. We got to do some praying. We got to do some praying. So y'all ready? Let's go. I asked the question: should the church talk about it? Should the church talk about it? Why churches need to talk about sexuality? Lessons learned from hard conversations about sex, gender, identity, and the Bible. And
What's
Bible.
up,
What you think
sofa
about that,
talk?
Fred?
Gang.
Well, first of all, I think that a lot of churches kind of omit that because, you know, we're in that day and age where people say, you know, it kind of like what I was saying last night in Bible study. They say, you know, come as you are. And we use that so loosely that people definitely come like they are, and then they stay the way that they are. God intended for us to come to him like we were and stay that way. We're supposed to be seeking change in some type of way. But even in that, I mean, people kind of stray away from that because, like you said, a lot of them are doing it. A lot of them have, you know, I've read so many articles online and seen so much on YouTube where the pastors were undercover homosexuals and they married the women. They slept with the men in the church and got back to the wife and their wives, or the men killed themselves or killed their whole entire family. And then the church was left thinking or trying to figure out what happened when in fact it was a problem and it was there. Nobody wanted to address it. So I think that it's very important that we address it. And then nowadays too, everybody is so caught up on, you know, do you be who you want to be and all this and that, when in fact that wasn't the way God, nobody, I mean, and then they got this whole, you know, thought process that I was born gay and I'm supposed to be gay and all of that. And well, if that was God's intent for you to be a woman and have a woman, then he would have gave you a penis. If it was God's intent, vice versa, for you to lay with a man and you're a man, then you would have got a vagina. But that's a society we're in now. Everybody accepts anything. But the Bible clearly talks about it. In the last days, people will wax cold. They will be calling wrong right and right wrong. So we know clearly we're in the last days. We're in that last day era. So I think it's very important for the church to address sexuality, homosexuality. I think that they should be praying when it comes to that. When they have somebody, I mean, nowadays they just overlook it. They let them run the choir. They can play the instruments. You know, whatever is, you know, works for their church. And if it's a benefit for their church, then of course they don't even care. They just let them operate with that spirit because they need that, or what they bring to the table. And I'm not so hungry for, you know, the whole you know, we don't have to be on you know, top of the list to have, and then have everybody around us living any kind of way. I don't want a church like that.
All right. Well, let's get out of the church and go into the world.
Okay.
Into America. At what age is it good to start talking to the children about sex? Church all the way out the window. Just for unsaved folk. What age do you start talking to your child about sex?
I think at least about 10.
10?
Yeah, 5th grade. Because there are girls now that's pregnant in the 5th
Watch
grade.
this. Let me give you some stats. Here. The average age to begin having sex in America is 15.6 years old. 22% males at the age of 10 years old to 13-year-olds. Females, 16%. Females, the same percentage. The same
What's
percentage.
up,
Now,
Sofa? Gang.
what age group again?
I said 10.
10. Well, check it out. Well, I remember. Well, I had a big brother, uncles, all that. So
Hey, JD.
We hear about it all the time, but didn't know about it. And then it's just like you see a newscaster, interviewing eyewitness. You see an eyewitness, it was a queen, somebody wrecked, and then they go to the first person that they see. The first person that they see, they ask them that they saw him off camera. Did you see what happened off camera? And then, and they get to rambling and talking about something that they don't even know, as if they wasn't even there. They don't even know what they talking about. And that's just how it was in school for me in the conversations with my peers talking about sex. They was telling me all kind of stuff, and I was like, that don't sound right. And then I get into high school, and then we have sex education. Do they even have sex education anymore? Or do we just learn by watching YouTube, television, the songs that we hear on the radio, or whatever happened? But the crazy thing about it, when I went to certain schools, we transferred a lot. When I went to certain schools, elementary school, and hear about sex. When I went to the hood, my eyes and ears was open to things that I ain't never heard or seen before. from 7 to 9-year-old. And I'm sitting at the cafeteria table. I'm a preacher's kid now. Keep in mind, I'm the pastor's son, and I'm like, you gotta be serious. What? You put that where? Oh, y'all nasty. And I was like, man, boy. And hey, what we gonna talk about again? Can you finish talking about that again at recess? And so, man, I'm gonna put the stats back up here. And I said all that to say this. I was at that age.
Yeah.
I was at that age where they was having them conversations. But guess what? My parents didn't know that I was having them conversations.
Right.
My parents had no clue that I was even thinking about it. Experiment. Okay, what to do with this? That's what that does. That's why it's growing. And all these type of curiosity things and is going on in your mind. And I'm like, whoa. And then
Sofa,
you get introduced to the magazines, and then they pass in the magazines through the backpacks, and we all in the locker room looking at the magazine. Oh my God, and was just amazed at how God made the woman body, and I was like, God, have mercy on my eyes. I was blown away, and at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Y'all in here? Oh, y'all in here. I'm going to put it back out there again. And some of them was already having sex. Now, I'm just learning about sex. I'm just learning about it.
What's up, Sofa?
So,
Talk. Gang.
I didn't want to be...
Gang.
I didn't want to be like this here. And I don't think too many of us want to be like this here.
Nobody's gonna say that.
Nobody want to be like this here.
Nobody's gonna say it. Not
We
one child.
We can't be like this and say, hey, what's sex?
No child is gonna say that.
No child is going to say that because what do we assume that they already know?
That's like
What it is?
Sister Bernicia said, whatever age our child comes to us with questions, we'll give them the answers that are appropriate for their age. But that's just
Sofa,
it.
talk.
They're never
Gang,
going to come
gang,
to you
gang,
with
So how do
questions
we
like
know
that.
what's appropriate for the age? Because obviously K104 don't care what's appropriate for their age.
BET don't care
BET
what's
don't care what's
appropriate for their
age.
The internet, don't care. YouTube don't care.
What's appropriate for their age. So you might need to start having these conversations within the household. That way they are educated. That way they know how to protect themselves. Tell them what condoms are. You work in Planned Parenthood. Tell them about the different diseases that one can contact
when
by having unprotected sex.
When my boys were, I think, Waylon and Brandon were in middle school. Well, I think they all were in middle school. I think Waylon may have been in high school at the time. The other boys were in middle school, but I was working at Planned Parenthood and I could get like enormous amount of condoms. They may have been younger than that. I think they were probably going into middle school. Waylon was coming out, something like that. But I didn't wait for them to ask me anything because we were living in some apartment complex where the little girls were just as mannish. It's all outdoors. They was all out there popping it, dropping and locking it. Y'all know.
Dropping and locking it.
Yeah. And so I took it upon myself to make sure that I protected my sons. I called them all in there together and I said, hey, let me tell y'all something. I don't know who's having sex. Don't want to know, but this is what it entails. We had a full discussion about it. They laughed throughout the whole conversation. They were embarrassed. I was embarrassed. But it wasn't to me because I had worked at Planned Parenthood for 5.5 years as the clinic manager. So talking about the anatomy, intercourse, how to reach a climax, all those things, how to conceive babies, what time was right, what methods, what birth control methods, that was comfortable for me. Then before I became the clinic manager, I was the HIV counselor, so I had to counsel on that level as well. So children was like, it was a different level for me because it was so close to home, but at the same time, I have been the person to sit in the seat to draw the blood for the HIV test. I'm the one that sit on the other side of the desk and say, hey, I'm sorry to inform you, but to a 14, 15-year-old girl or a boy, hey, you got gonorrhea, you got chlamydia. So I was that parent that said, hey, let me sit them down and have this conversation early. And then I brought all of them a big pill jar full of condoms, all different. I said, hey, let me show you how to do with it. Let me show you how to work this. And this is how you going to put it on. Go try it on. Make sure you do it right. I didn't have to look at them or anything. I said, this is how it should look. Gave them a picture. Told them this is how this should be because it was just me and them. And I told them, hey, if you got any questions, let me know. We'll call one of my uncles, my brother, somebody will be able to help you from this point on. But as a mother, I tried to do the very best that I could. Now, I will say it must have worked because all of them were good. Brandon didn't have his first child until he was a senior in high school. Waylon got married before he had his first child. And Chris hadn't had any. So I think it's very important that you kind of get ahead of the game when it comes to discussing sex, and because what you don't want them to do is get with friends like Pastor was saying his friends did and was misleading him and giving him the wrong information. All those schools, they seen a fine girl or possibly seen something naked in the book, they're trying to figure out how to maneuver or how sex goes, and with that the wrong information is given. And that's all she wrote.
Right. Now watch this. This was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading from the book, it's called Sex, God, and the Single Life. Sex, God, and the Single Life. Good book. I always buy these type of books, and if you're a member of our church, and if the Holy Spirit leads me to give you a book to read, please read it. I passed this out to a couple of members that was at the church,
single.
And they were single. And look, I got it back. Watch this. 10 years ago, it said in 2011 psychology article, it asked the question: how often do men and women think about sex? How often men and women think about sex? It was reported that the average college-age man thought about sex as much as he thought about food and sleep. It was also reported that the average college-age woman thought about sex from 1 to 140 times each day. It says, while I'm not sure if I'm guilty of thinking about sex as much as I think about food or sleep, I know that I've been thinking about the topic for quite a while.
Wow.
It says, man, think about it.
As
Food,
much as he
much
think
as
about
you think about
food and
eating.
sleep.
Sleep. Idle mind is a devil workshop, Jack. That's why I stay on the work, on the grind, and everything else in the word. If you ain't thinking about, if you ain't busy destructive, the Psychology Today article says that sex is running through your mind.
That's crazy. And then it said the average woman.
The average age woman think about it
140
140 times a day.
Maybe that's the young women.
140 times a day. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot of thinking.
That's a lot of thinking.
That's a lot of thinking with no action.
Now I've heard people say that sex is overrated, this and all that, but it was created for marriage. It was created for it was a sacred bond for marriage. It was to populate the earth. Now, if you thinking about sex that much, man, that's why it's overcrowded.
Yeah.
It's overcrowded.
Well, and then, I mean, I do hear people say that a lot is overrated and all this, and I think it's what you make it. It's like anything else.
Even though they
but if you're married, that's what I was gonna say. Or they ain't doing it right.
No more, so I don't know what the case may be, but
they ain't doing it right.
Nah,
they ain't doing it
They
right.
ain't got them kind of problems.
No.
Yeah, but check it out.
I like you.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that's right. Shoot. They got them kind of problems.
No.
But it with that in mind, they're thinking about it daily, and the age is younger.
Mm-hmm.
The age is younger, and so y'all know I like stats. So I'm gonna bring up something else, and y'all can Google it and fact check me if you want to. But the CDC reports female virgins make up 12.3% in United States, while the males make up 14.6. And by the age of 18 years old, over half of the USA teens have had sexual intercourse.
What's up, Sofa
Lil
Talk
Susie.
Gang,
Lil
gang,
Gretchen.
gang.
The Paul and all that other good stuff. Yeah.
We got some combo.
So I can see that just turn in the TV, the radio. It's just being it is programmed
Yeah, it's programmed.
in the society.
It is.
But to bring up that fact, if we look at they're getting younger, they're thinking about it more, and 14%, 12% of today's teens are virgins. That's a low percentage.
Yeah.
That's a low percentage. That means some of our kids can tell us about some war stories.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Amen.
Yeah.
Some of the nieces and nephews, the ones that you don't think know nothing about nothing, them the ones that are the most informative.
Mm-hmm.
They know all the tricks and all of the hey, and they got FaceTime, Snapchat. They got all kind of stuff that we as parents are not paying to do. And then you get mad when they come up pregnant and hey dad, I just want to let you know I got a baby on the way. What?
Yeah.
You can't be surprised because we live in that type of society.
Yeah.
We're not communicating. I mean, everybody got the phone in their face. Mom, dad, go to work. They come home. So if kids is on the internet, we think they're doing their homework or in school on the internet. For those that are doing internet school, they ain't doing no internet school. They're doing something else.
Yep.
Pornography is available. There it is on every smartphone. Every smartphone. Start checking these phones.
Yeah, that's right, bro. It's on there, and I'm gonna tell you, in the
Check
kids,
your phone.
these kids are looking at it on those phones. And then hiding,
Fans,
acting like they don't know what
y'all
they
do me a
looking
favor.
at.
Hit the like button, share. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We had to get that out of the way. But we can't. We're handcuffing ourselves as a body of believers by not having these type of discussions with our kids. We can't blame it on the principal that they come up there half dressed or acting raunchy and sluttish because we didn't correct that before we sent them to them schools.
That's right.
I shouldn't have to drag little Joe down to go get a test because he done came and told me, hey, it hurt when I used the restroom.
Right.
What you mean it hurt? What you mean it sting? What you been doing? Because we ought to have these type of conversations.
Right.
Parents, we ought to start checking our kids' temperatures. And I ain't trying to check for fevers or corona or none of that. I'm trying to check to see what they know.
That's
What
right.
you doing?
Yeah.
Where y'all going?
Yeah.
How long y'all been dating? Y'all kiss yet? They get to giggling and snickering. No, man, quit lying to me. Tell me the truth.
Yeah. Because it's happening.
It's time for us to be parents again. Stop being their friends and be their parent. You are in charge. Now, if you ain't in charge, I mean, hey, make them fend for themselves. Don't move. But if you are the parent, be the parent.
Yeah.
First lady, what
to
you
the
got?
fullest. Sister Bernice, I wish somebody would have set me down and had a talk with me. I feel like it's such a taboo thing in our community. Like it's a no-touch subject. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
Don't nobody want to talk
But
about
see,
it.
we them people that's gonna bring up the conversations and the topics that people don't want. I seen somebody put a wild face on the topic, and I would say yes. So it got your attention, and I'm gonna be the guy. I'm gonna be the guy, and she gonna be the girl that we can communicate and talk about the touchy subjects that Bishop don't want to talk about, Apostle don't want to talk. He just want to lay hands on you. I mean that's fine. That's all fine and dandy, as long as you laying hands the right way.
Yeah. Well, and two, the thing is,
That
I
blew
mean,
over a whole bunch
this
of-
is real life, and these are real life
conversations.
situations.
I mean, some
So,
stuff ain't spiritual. Some
come-
of it's common sense.
Yeah, and I don't understand why it's got to be a touchy thing in our community.
And we the ones that's leading everybody in AIDS. They're leading
I'm telling
everybody
you.
in abortions, leading everybody in teen pregnancies. We ought to be the ones to grab our community by the throat and say, hey, you come here. We need to get this stuff in order.
Yes. I used to go around to a lot of community centers, and I generally went to the Black and Hispanic neighborhoods and spoke with the kids about sex and stuff when I worked for Planned Parenthood. I went and did a big conference in Austin at the health department, and I had to speak to, hundreds of people. I was only 24 years old, and but I was a supervisor, and that was my job. And so we went all over talking about sex and stuff, and people was like, I don't see how you so comfortable talking about that. I was like, well, everybody's doing it. Why is it a secret? And then the thing about it is, I guess when you know that you're doing it the wrong way, it causes that conviction, even when you're not saved. Because people don't generally like to talk about sex. Now the rappers and the people that's making money, that's how they sex sells.
Yeah.
So they gonna talk about, I took little mama and all of what they did to her.
Right.
But it's because that makes money for this generation.
Yeah.
But
Making
who
it
gonna
rain
tell you to
at
do
the
it the
club,
right way?
Everything.
Somebody got to tell you to do it the right way.
Yeah, make it rain at the club, the strip club. The young girls, they want to graduate from high school and go get a job at the strip club.
Yeah.
Come on, society.
Yeah. I was looking at Family Feud the other day, and the question was, what if your daughter came home and told you that she had a dream job, what do you think she would say? And one of the girls on there said she wanted to be a stripper. She said to be a stripper. And her dad
Pop,
looked
lock,
at
and
her
drop it.
like, he said, what? He said, what would you even say that? And they were black. And I was so mad because I'm thinking, like, why would you even say that that's your dream job? She said, well, not really mine, but I'm saying somebody else. Well, why would that even be a job that somebody would want to? I mean, money. They do make good money, but why would that be a dream job, baby? We gotta think. Our minds need to be elevated.
We need to go there. Going into your.
A couple of years back, I ministered at a conference, and I had to, of course they tell you, this is geared towards a lot of single women and how they conduct themselves. And
we have a lot of single people in our ministry as well. So
we have a lot of single people. Like the majority of our church is single. We have a couple of married, but the majority of the people are single. And so when I was contacted, this was before me and Pastor got married, I was contacted to preach in this conference. I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? And the only thing I could think of was what pertained to me. So I made a little booklet for the ladies before I left and gave them to them. And I entitled this, Being Single. I'm saved, I'm single, and
that's why we did the series like that.
Yeah, so we had a series about it as well. So my title for my message was Keeping Yourself for Your Husband. And the first thing that I wrote on the pamphlet was 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. And it says, what? ? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. Your body and your spirit belong to God. A lot of people always say, oh, I get it. I know, when I have sex with somebody I feel so connected to this person. That's because those soul ties that takes me. And I think that it's important for not only for us to have these conversations with our children early, but for the sake of who they'll become.
Right.
The problems that they'll encounter on down the road got a lot to do with spirituality. Right. During sexuality, because a lot of people think that, I'm just gonna lay down, I'm gonna have sex with this person and I'm gonna walk away. Wrong. You have so many attachments to that person just by that one sexual encounter that will take years to break off of your life. Right. So many strongholds.
So right there. Watch this. Well, when we get in the bed with one individual, we actually getting in the bed with several individuals.
Yeah.
We're getting in the bed with all of their sex partners that they haven't broken the soul tie from, along with your sexual partner's soul ties. So that bed crowded.
And then the people that they slept with. We had a bulletin at Planned Parenthood like that I had in my office on the wall for the HIV counseling, and I told them it had a picture of a person. It was just like a silhouette of a person, and it said, this is you, this is your new sex partner. And then under those two people had all the people they slept with. It was crazy. And it gave me the whole concept that, good Lord, when I thought that I slept with one person, I slept with everybody that person slept with, plus he slept with everybody that I slept with.
Right. Let's check out some of these comments here. Sister Bernicia said, I wish somebody would read that one.
Yeah, I read that one.
Brother Mayberry says, I can tell you why it's a touchy subject. First Lady said it's Sunday. We are not on one accord in our households first.
That's right.
Also, it's hard to talk to the kids about things when the parents don't even.
Come on, bro. Because look, when the parents get home, this is what they doing.
The parents don't talk.
They on this thing too. You can't
sit down and talk to the kids because they ain't gonna listen to you because y'all ain't talking.
Be right.
That's good stuff, boy.
Yeah, that's really good, and that is so true.
Wrong soul ties are real.
I'm telling you, those soul ties are real. You know, have you ever been in a relationship with somebody? Y'all had sex, and then all of a sudden you start seeing things in that person that you don't like at all, but then all of a sudden you're acting like that too.
Right.
Because those things are real. Yeah. And that's real.
And it has to be broken off. Mm-hmm. You got to get that thing out of you.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of times
No.
people think, oh, it's just sex, but it's not just sex.
Nah, it's more than sex.
It was because it was created for a husband and a wife. It wasn't created for everybody to do it, you know?
Right. Sister Mia said I wasn't talked to about sex either. I was 16 when I got pregnant.
I'm sure.
And that's
Sister
the
Mia.
majority of our community.
Yeah.
The mothers were younger, especially when we were growing up and we were getting younger. And nothing mom and dad and them can do about it. And guess what? We was in church.
Yeah. And they did not talk about it.
We
That's
was in
for sure.
church. Now what they did back in the day, they hired you off and send you down to go stay Big Mama in Mississippi. I'm talking. They send you off somewhere, and then you grow up knowing, thinking something crazy. You don't even know who your relatives is because of the parents didn't communicate and tell the truth about what was going on. We talk about that in some Family Secrets episodes. I'll go back and check that out.
So Bernice said, one thing I can't understand is when I was growing up, everything I did was considered fast. Me too. And I was the one that wasn't doing anything, but when I did become, I kept it a secret. Of course, that's why I was telling you about Junior now. They're not gonna tell you. That's the same as children when they are raped or molested by a family member or a stranger for that matter. They don't tell. That is such a touchy thing that nobody tells those kind of things.
I hope that if they're not on here now, I hope that the parents will go back and let they watch this episode tonight. And y'all have the conversation, man. Get that out on the table, and that way there's no secrets. I ain't being surprised by nothing. I don't want no surprises. I want you to be upfront with me. If you consider yourself an adult, if you're 18 or over, then let's sit down and talk as adults. I'll put the belt up. I ain't gonna backhand you, but here it is. We need to have these type of discussions. It's on Power. It's on what else? What all the other shows? And we sit there as parents and watch these shows with
our children,
So why wouldn't we converse and talk about what we just watched? What they doing? Now they say, turn your head.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm gonna
turn
tell
my
you,
head.
You know,
what you mean?
That's what make them really.
I heard you and Mama them.
Yeah.
What you mean? I heard you and Mama back there. You talking about turn my head? I heard you. You know? What? Turn the radio off. What? Come on. When y'all get mad at each other, y'all talk worse than the radio.
Come on now.
So we got to be the parents in front of these kids and have these type of conversations. Yeah. We got to be the men and women of God and sit these people down. If the parents ain't talking about it, bring them to pastor, bring them Thursday. And if they are living up to the standard, they'll be able to talk to them and tell them, hey, this is how this goes. Yeah. This is what this is supposed to be, and this is how this is supposed to be. But you have to be able to trust them with your children. If you don't trust them with your children, don't send them to them. No. I know I ain't sending my daughter to Bishop Tutu and telling Bishop that she's having some desires and no. Bishop might not be right in the mind.
I'm telling you, we've seen it.
Yeah.
And we hear about it. So, no.
Sister Ben say, I made sure I talked to my girl at Jazz 24, no kids, Joe 19, no kids.
I'm telling you, break that generational curse.
You just have to talk about it. Yeah, you got to bring it up.
Yeah.
That's
a part of parenting. That's a part of loving on your children, letting them know. You know, because that's the way it was. Like, I mean, with us, we didn't really just, my mama didn't come out and just talk about it either, though.
Since we have such a young congregation, we always had individuals telling us they want to get married. Yeah. And one of the questions that we asked the couples in the session is that we hope that we're not rushing to get married just so we can have sex.
Yeah.
Just so we won't feel conviction or not living in sin. Don't you go get married just to have a sex partner.
I'm telling you. That is
No. I wouldn't advise don't you ever go say I do to somebody just so you won't feel convicted about having a sex partner.
Yeah, that'd be the worst marriage you ever encountered.
Because the marriage would just be based on sex.
That's it.
What happens when they get in a car accident and they can't walk?
And that thing don't work.
Right. So then now
Right,
you're
don't
looking
work no
somewhere
more.
else to go find a replacement because your marriage was just based off sex.
Yeah. That's not
No, that
gonna
ain't what
work.
it is. So we want to make sure that we have these type of conversations in the body of Christ. Give biblical perspectives, give truth, give some experiences, and then let them go about their merry way.
Sister Tiff said my parents didn't talk to me either. They just put fear in me. I was scared until after college. I already know.
I remember. I know my brother is still on here. I remember the conversation that my daddy had with my older brother and my cousin. And then after he had that conversation with them, he didn't have to have it with us because we laughed. Boy, we laughed. We was in the other room, but we was eavesdropping. But it was hilarious. And I never forget what he said when he pulled out that. Oh my God, he did a demonstration, a type of demonstration that I wasn't ready to see. And then I'll never forget. Boy, it was hilarious. We need to put that on, make a movie out of that joke. That joke was so funny. Oh my goodness. But it was brought up because of a phone conversation that my cousin was having. And Mama was eavesdropping on the phone. My big brother go in there. He said, "Mama on the phone." So Daddy we had to have the talk. We had, what kind of talk was? It was one of these. We had to have the talk, Jack. We had to have the talk.
What's
But
up,
Oh,
sofa?
you
my
can't be
talk?
afraid to have the
Gang,
talk.
gang,
You gotta
gang,
have the talk.
gang.
And I mean, I'm dreading the day, but
Let me
we
tell you.
already done talked to them.
Yeah.
We talked to T.
We sure
we
have.
talked to Tuda and TJ. So they've been informed. They know they've been threatened. They've been informed and they well educated on what it is and what
You know what,
the do's
too?
and don'ts. And if you get curious, and let's have another talk.
That's right. I think too, like with girls, I mean, once you start having cycles and stuff like that, I think you kind of need to know what's going on.
Yeah, I was petrified
And,
when
you
I
know,
heard my baby having cycles. What's
Yeah.
going on? I'm gonna ask the question now.
Yeah.
Well, what that mean?
Yeah.
Is she having sex? I mean, what is it?
No.
What that mean? What it is? And that?
Because when-
ooh, Lord.
I think
Ran my blood pressure up.
she's
I had bad
she's of
dreams.
the age to have a cycle. I just feel like, you know, at that point it's kind of, you need to tell them, because now you can get pregnant, now you can have
Yeah.
babies, so
Yeah.
this is there's no
Well,
better
we got
time.
one daughter. That was rough on me. I text my brother. I say, man, what that mean, man? I ain't ready. He got more daughters than I do. So I'm like, well, bro, what? I mean, what does that mean? Talk to me, man. You've been through this before. I ain't ready for this. I ain't ready for the cycle stuff with my child. So just think, that was just cycle talk.
Yeah.
What about the dark secrets that we don't know about
Yeah.
when we don't have the conversation?
Right. 'Cause
And
they're-
most parents would be like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to know about it. You ought to want to know about
yeah,
it.
because what happens when they
Because
get
it
pregnant?
could be something that you can prevent by having the conversation.
That's right. And I think, you know, I say that my mom didn't really talk about it, but you know, a lot of y'all already know situation, being raped and stuff online. That was kind of conversation.
Say Genesis smart.
That was the kind of conversation we had to have it then, because I needed to know what was going on. What was he doing to me? So why was that going on? And so we had that conversation, but it was for the sake of something that happened. Had we had that conversation before then, which she probably thought was inappropriate, because who would think somebody gonna have sex with your child at 9 years old? You know, or just be having any kind of sexual encounters with them at 27, 9, 10 years old. Nobody thinks that. And so that's why I said with Sister Bernicia earlier, you know, those are the kind of conversations you have to have, because that kind of stuff you take for granted the people that are around your children, and you think, oh, that's Uncle so and so, that's ain't such and such. When these people actually have that, some of these folks' minds is crazy. So it's kind of important to sit down and have those talks, Sister Miss, when they get to feeling themselves. LOL. Yep, for real. Genesis smart. I hope Genesis is smart enough to know. I'm telling her we banning all boys. I don't want no boys around Genesis. Period.
Yeah. And then that's why I kind of hint around it with the babies at the church. They get up of age. I tell them if they going to the prom or you ain't going to the prom. If they ask you to go to the prom, you got to bring them to church, and they got.
Yeah.
I tell all of them, bring them. I even tell the single one, bring them to church. Have them sit down, let us look at them.
Yeah, for real. And normally they don't never work out.
Mm-mm.
I'm scared of everybody. This boy, well, say he's scared of everybody. He's scared of everybody. Everybody is a suspect, if you ask me. Everybody's sus. So.
What does she got?
So in this booklet also, I gave a lot of tips and tricks and stuff, because at the time that
we won't do too much. We're gonna publish it then.
Yeah, I won't. At the time that I made this little book, we're gonna put it into it. We're gonna make it a book though. So I'm just gonna share some little nuggets.
For the single people, y'all go get this book.
You can't see. You gotta put it down some. There. Sex, God, and Single Life.
Google it.
Everybody kind of need to know why. I mean, I think everybody knows why sex was created. They just don't care. I mean, it was a time when I didn't. I was out there all willy-nilly with it too. But I think that what makes it so much better, because we be having worship. It's worship now. See, once you understand why God created it, and then you have your partner for life, then you know, it's on a whole it's on a whole level. It ain't nothing like what I was doing before I realized what God did, why He made this.
Your holy man. Yes, sir.
He about to have church. He about to have some worship.
No, not on live. Not on live. No.
Oh my goodness,
we
y'all.
won't disclose those type of festivities.
Sister Bernice say y'all funny. Sister Mill say First Lady hit that note. Worship. Worship be on a whole nother level. I'm trying to tell you. You know, when you find somebody that you are attracted to, you have sex with that person, you be like, you know, you be thinking they did it. Wait till you get married to the one God got for you, and then it's on a whole nother level spiritually.
Yeah.
That intimacy is on a whole nother level. You ain't did nothing till you do it and the bed is not defiled. You ain't did nothing till God gave you who you supposed to be laying down with every day. You ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing yet.
Ain't that how to do it? That part.
You ain't did nothing yet till you get the one that you supposed to be with.
That part. You don't want to wake up feeling guilty.
No.
I don't want to go to church today. They gonna judge me.
Mm-hmm.
Now they ain't. Their word is.
Yeah. Yeah, that word will find you.
They ain't. They ain't thinking about you.
No.
That word.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that word
will find you wherever you are.
Yeah.
You can be under a rock.
I think we offended three people that got off. They not worshipers.
It's always like that. You know, we want to try to keep it with the statistics and stuff at the beginning. Then we always gotta,
hey, man.
you know, we gotta add the word with it. We're Pastor First Lady. We can't come up in here talking about a rock in a weary land. I came with you, Waylon. Don't you come on here acting up.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
It's just like, some people, I don't know.
Hey,
It's not for me to worry about. Yeah, it is what it is. That we have their
Hope
undivided
y'all been
attention
helped.
for a whole hour.
Hope y'all been helped. Hope y'all been blessed.
Y'all stay
Prepare me
tuned.
to be a wife.
Now I'm trying to tell you, baby.
Yeah.
That's what you want to be. And then you have to start submitting. If you can't submit to God, you sure won't be able to submit to no man.
No.
You got to submit to God first. That's where all of that word that you're learning, everything's putting on the inside of you, that's where that started taking place first. Because when I got a divorce, I was by myself for 3 years before me and Pastor started talking. I was celibate. Hadn't had no partners, anything. So when we got together, we knew. Worship. It was the worship was for real. It was for real. And I knew that it was different. Even from the other husband. Cause that's why you have to wait on God. I know that people get antsy.
Everybody go picking their own.
Yeah, everybody get antsy and you want to get your own man or you want to get in the bed. I mean, I understand because if you've been having sex for 20 years, trying to wait for 3, 4, 5 years for a husband is detrimental. It should be talking to you in the midnight hour. But the thing about it is, though, you have to stop subjecting yourself to things. It's all in here. I'm gonna get it ready for y'all. You have to stop subjecting yourself to things and putting yourself in bad situations.
And when it's genuine and when it's ordained, watch this. It never gets boring.
Never. I feel it in my nose.
God ordained, y'all type that on the screen. When it's God ordained, it never gets boring. How many married folk can say that? I'll wait.
Sister Bernice say you can say that again. I already. Should I dance?
I believe I say that again.
When it's God ordained, it'll never be boring. Never. Won't have no wandering eyes. Won't be thinking about calling so-and-so from back in the day.
Be reading your inboxes when them jokers inbox you, y'all read them together. Look at what this fool said. Cause you ain't trying to lose what you got.
Trying to tell you.
Not over here, Matumbo.
Man, we do that a lot. People be trying us, baby.
Yeah.
All the time.
Didn't we call that dude back?
Don't you start that. You
Call
told
that
him.
dude back.
You told him.
Hello. He thought he was getting her. He getting us. Hello. Hello. I thought you wanted to talk, bro. Are you happily married? Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I don't know why people do that. They come in my inbox and say, am I happily married?
Hello.
Am I happily married? Lord, what do you mean? Why would you even ask me, am I happily married? I've given you no indication that I'm unhappy. So why are you in my inbox asking me and then calling my phone through Facebook?
Like I ain't nowhere in the vicinity.
People got nerve. They got their nerve.
No.
And put the eyes looking to the side. I know, bro.
No,
weird.
They don't want to meet me at the pancake house.
They weird out here.
They don't want to meet at the pancake
They weird out here. Y'all will even be surprised by all this underground stuff the church got going on.
I ain't talking about that today. That's on another topic.
Ooh.
We talking about sex today.
Oh, that's talking about sex. They got something going on.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Woo, Lord help me.
Yeah, it's real though.
praying for myself.
We like to laugh and have fun.
I'm praying for
A lot of
myself.
people always want to just be.
He's so serious.
Yeah,
He's
you know.
mean. He don't smile. I just don't like you.
Really?
Yeah, it's simple. I mean, it's a rocket science. I mean, I smile around the people I want to be around. I talk where I want to be around. If I ain't said nothing around you, that I'll tell you.
You
so.
talk to me constantly.
Yeah, you be telling me to shut up.
But a lot of people think you don't talk that often.
You
I
tell
say,
me to
yes,
shut up.
he do.
Man, you talk too much. Shut up, boy. Man. If I come back in my office, talk to the wall. Talk to Jesus. Jesus talk back to me.
So, y'all, does anybody want to add anything before we get off of here tonight?
Y'all want to see the stats again? Oh, y'all remember the stats. Y'all don't need to see the stats again. So we need to have these talks. Need to have them talk.
Sister Brittany, are you ready to have a talk with Zuda, or have you already had the talk? Because I think the question was, he said, good stuff, family. Y'all have a good one. Thank you, bro. You too. The question was, is today's society driven by sex? And does the church have a say in it?
What's up, Sofa Talk?
Oh, we
Gang,
gotta say
gang,
it.
gang,
He
gang.
said, I kind of had
We
the
gotta say, Jack.
I kind of had the talk.
We gotta say something.
I'm looking forward to the book, First Lady, because I need it. I'm going to buy the other book, Pastor Sherry. Yes, it is so good. And stay tuned for her.
Oh, I got some more. I mean, because I know that's what 95% of our convictions are dealing with sex.
Yeah.
If you ain't dealing with alcoholism, you ain't dealing with this, you're dealing with some R. Kelly.
You know what? And that's so
Tank or
true.
something. I mean,
That's so true.
I mean, I can't come to the altar because I ain't ready to get this up yet, and I ain't. And then the even crazier thing about it, especially from a male perspective, I noticed so many of my friends they have several. I didn't have that many folk. I got married early at first marriage at an early age, 21 years old, and my thought was, well, as I stated before, I didn't want to continue to live in sin.
Mm-hmm.
So I got married at 21. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else kept doing their own thing. They'll move they girl in and say, oh no, I ain't ready for marriage. But you ready for sex.
Mm-hmm. And you're ready for somebody to cook for you. You're ready for somebody to clean up
Ready to play
behind you.
house.
Yeah, you want to play house, but you don't want to be. You don't want the
I
commitment.
don't want to be committed, but I'm somewhat already committed. Because when y'all sign that lease, y'all married. Common law married.
Sure, yeah.
You sign a lease, and then, according to the state, you are supposed to get a divorce before y'all part ways. You're supposed to.
Even as common law.
Common law, man.
If you
gotta get
stay
a
with
divorce.
somebody, it used to be 6 months.
6
now,
months.
now it's 3 months.
It's 3 months.
They moved up 3 months, and in order for you to get to put that person out, you got to file eviction and everything.
He ain't got no ring or nothing. But
And they
That's
can
your
take
right.
some of
That's
your
your hood.
property if they tell the
if they gonna
judge
tell the judge
they
that
bought anything.
we bought,
they get
I
to
bought
take
this,
it.
and then they won't get back. The judge he probably give them a little bit more than what they bought.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have to pay some child support to do some of that stuff too. Yeah, y'all better start reading. It's your husband. It's your wife. My wife. I don't want to get married. You already married.
Yeah.
You might as well do it right. You married, buddy. Well, why? I ain't ready to do that. Why putting a date out?
And you know
Put a
what?
date out for what?
That's good what you said about
Yeah, right,
people struggle with that. A lot of people can't just come and fully submit to God. And it's just because of that. It's one
But
or
here
two
it is, here it
things,
is.
drugs or sex.
Then they say, I want to have a church wedding. Hold on. What? You want to have a church wedding? But why?
Sister Khaleesi say I dodged the
You hear
bullet. Yes, ma'am.
You want to have church with, but why?
Yeah.
You're not following anything that the church has, but you want to have a church. Give me a church wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the courthouse, man. Let that girl hit that gavel. Y'all, I do.
Wait until what Brandon say. That's my wife.
Quit. Do it like that.
Sister Tiff say ain't nobody moving here. Tyrone and Marcus ain't having it. I already know. They gonna run everybody. That's why Marcus over there. You ain't know. Marcus want to make sure ain't nobody come up here with my sister.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors.
Y'all, this is a nut.
Because I'm laughing because our sponsors was us.
I know it.
Y'all see the promotional videos at the beginning. JT's Graphic Designs and Beat Session with Nita. And then we added another one, Smoke to the Bone Barbecue, which is right across the street from our church. Y'all go through and check him out. He got some pretty good barbecue.
Yes, he do.
Again, if you
and he has soul food.
And he got soul food. If you have a small business and you would like to promote your business before any of the broadcasts, send us an email at House of Deliverance of Crowley, Texas, and we will discuss the matters on how we can support and broadcast your business before all of our broadcasts.
It's gonna be for a small fee.
Exactly.
Okay? Because all of America's gonna be looking at your business information.
Yeah. It'd be $25 starting out until the platform grows.
That's right, Sister Bernicia. In-house production.
In-house productions. In-house.
Thank you, Sister Tiff. She said I love the commercials.
All right. If you haven't,
y'all do us a favor before we get off of here. Go to YouTube and like the video.
We appreciate everybody on Twitch. We appreciate everybody on YouTube, Facebook. We on all of the platforms.
If you're on Facebook, go like the broadcast as well, please.
Guess what?
We love y'all. Social talk. Have a blessed night.
We out of I wanted to go back and see. Y'all notice First Lady face when I said $25. I'm gonna go back. If y'all look at First Lady face, oh my God, I got fussed at right after that broadcast. She would not let me make it. I want to have a
because all of America's gonna be looking at your business information.
It'd be $25 starting out until the platform grows.
That's right.
Oh my God. Did you see that? Oh man. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Wow. She say, we got to see that again. Golly. I think, oh, wow. One more time, one more time, one more time. Deliverance of Crowley, Texas, and we will discuss the matters on how we can support. Watch how she look. As your business before all of our broadcasts.
It's gonna be for a small fee.
Exactly.
Okay, because all of America is gonna be looking at your business information.
Yeah. It'd be $25 starting now until the platform grows.
That's right, Sister Bernicia. In-house production.
In-house productions. In-house.
Thank you, Sister Tiv. She said I love the commercials.
All right. If you haven't,
y'all do us a favor before we get off of here. Go to YouTube and like the video.
We appreciate everybody on Twitch. We appreciate everybody. That is hilarious. She wasn't feeling that. She said, no, sir. Right after that, she said, now why did you tell them people $25? That ain't no money. I was like, well, what did you want me to say? She said, you could have did more than $25. See, y'all got to see the behind the scenes of Sofa Talk. So y'all think the set of Sofa Talk is fun. If you see the behind the scene, the getting ready and getting all that stuff, boy. I'm talking about that first lady is hilarious. She be giving me the business. She was me the business. The 141s. However they say it. But yeah, man, that was a good one. That was a good one. Very educational. And as usual, we cut up a little bit at the end. I believe, let's see where we at. What we at? We're at 192. 192 subscribers. I think I'll play one more. And then we'll get out of Dodge. We'll play one more. One more Sofa Talk. And we'll end it for tonight. Hi, it's
Hey y'all, what's up? Sofa Talk gang. Hey y'all, what's up?
What up?
How y'all doing today?
What's happening?
So, hope y'all are doing well tonight. I did want to, before we get started, y'all know the drill. Drop that cash out. Say hello. Let us know where you chiming in from and who you with.
Who you with?
Let us know who you with.
We got Brother Waylon on Facebook.
Hey.
We got Other Words Facebook.
You say where y'all at?
We right here, man.
Somebody said you were looking for me.
Yeah, go. We had to put that long intro in, give y'all time to go get you some popcorn and use the bathroom. Do your likes and shares. Come on in and hit the like button.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you don't like it, the don't like button. Whatever you do, just hit something. If you're on Facebook, share it. If you're on Twitter, share it. If you're on LinkedIn, share
Hey.
it.
And that thing, make sure you
Send
hit
it
the
out.
like button first and foremost. Whatever you do tonight, hit that like button on this video.
That's right. That's
If you
right.
are not following, make
We
sure
in
that
there.
you are following us. Come on in, holla at your girl. Say hey, hey, hey. Put your phone on here.
Hey.
So
I
we
see
can
it
know
on the
what's
screen right there.
good. Okay, this is Instagram here.
No, that's be YouTube.
YouTube.
That would be YouTube.
Okay. So, how y'all doing tonight? On this lovely Thursday, I'm feeling good. I'm refreshed. Didn't have to work today. Ooh,
Why you didn't have to work?
because of the ice.
What ice?
Well, hey, they said it was ice. When I have to go to work, I get up. I have to leave for work at 5:40. So I leave at about 5:40 in the morning, and it was ice on the ground when I was gonna leave. And who wasn't gonna leave with ice? It's your girl. Drive good in rain. So I'm definitely not. I'm not driving in the ice. I can't do it.
Yeah. So we got some more people chiming in on
right.
Facebook. We got Troy. We got I seen
Troy is
somebody
cold.
else name.
Troy, you always cold.
I
It
seen
be
somebody else name
summertime.
over there. Sister Audra. I think I seen Sister Audra on there. All right. So you get on Facebook.
Okay.
That way I ain't got to go
Back and forth.
they doing no backs and forth and back and forth. No. But go ahead and hit the share button, like button on YouTube. Hit the like, smash the like.
Please.
If you haven't already subscribed, hit that thing.
Hey.
Hit that thing.
Hey.
Hit that thing. Subscribe. Tonight's topic.
Come on.
Why does negativity spread so fast? Why does negativity spread so fast? Whether it's church, whether it's whatever, negativity is gonna shoot out there, boy. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone. Gone. Why is that?
Because people love negativity. If you do something positive, you'll never hear about it. It may be, you may hear about it the first day that it's done. After that, you never hear about it again. If something negative happens, you'll hear about it for months and Sundays.
And a Sunday?
And Sundays.
Jesus. Months and a Sunday. God almighty.
Months and Sundays. Y'all know it's the truth. People love negativity. It doesn't matter what form that it comes in. They love it. It's like it's food for the soul. And it's so sad to me because people can, and the worst thing about that for me is that people can tell a lie. And people can tell a lie. And it can be, because it's negative, even if it's a lie and it's not the truth, that people gonna run with it. They'll run with it and they'll share it and they'll talk about it for days and days to come. And
give me some instances. What are you talking about? I don't see nothing negative. All I see is positive stuff going on. What you talk about? What you talking about is negative? I
can tell you just this week alone. I don't know how long this has been, but it caught my attention on Facebook yesterday. As a matter of fact, I hadn't heard anything about this, but when I did, it was everywhere once I looked it up to see what was going on.
What?
The conversation, well, the situation with T.I. and
the Kane.
Once that came out, and I can't say either way whether the people are lying on them or if they did it or if they're drugging folks and having sex. That ain't none of my business.
They said Bill Cosby did the same thing.
Right.
They said okay, they did the same thing.
Right. But let me tell you something.
But we ain't heard nothing about Hugh Hefner.
No, he been doing it for years. He been doing it since I was a little girl. Little girl.
But the thing about it is, negative spreading real fast.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say nothing about them doing the positive things that they do in the community, about all of the all of the real estate property that they own and how they give back to the community and they don't, a lot of folks haven't heard anything about what they do in Atlanta as far as giving back to the community
Right.
and all the folks that they helped in the music industry and so
Right.
forth and so forth. But the negativity is going to outweigh that anyway.
Right.
Anyway, it's going whether for them or against them, whatever. We still got to find. I can always find a positive in every negative situation. I'm
But
looking for the positive. I ain't looking for the negativity.
right. But let me tell you something. I just want to just kind of
That's just me.
because while I was reading the whole shebang on the deal with Tiny and T.I., what I read in that was every woman that was invited to their home were getting paid for sex. It was upfront. They were not in the dark.
What?
They wasn't in the dark. They knew exactly
Wait a
what
minute,
was
that's
going
backwards.
on.
They was getting paid.
They was getting paid to come to their house and have sex. They said when they came to the door, they took their phones and then immediately gave them an X pill, some cocaine or something before they entered in the house to relax them on the way in. Now at the door, they were waiting for them at the door. Okay.
Uh,
But my thing is, if you did not want to indulge in that, knowing what you were getting yourself into, step into the door, you had an opportunity to walk away. I think it's two sides to every story. But the bad thing about negativity is that once a story has been put out there, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's good or bad, whether it's the truth or a lie, they're going to run with it before they even get both sides of the story.
yeah, they're gonna run. They're gonna run forward.
It's always two sides to a story, and so that's so heartbreaking to me that people
They
would
got
even
daughters, don't they?
they have daughters and sons.
Sons, they got kids.
So
people don't care about what the kids think. Them kids got to go to school. They got kids that
they don't care.
They don't care about how them kids feel.
But let me
They don't
tell
care
you,
about Kelly kids. They don't care about Bill Cosby.
but
kids.
listen,
All they care about is running folk name through the mud.
but you're saying that, but also they indulged. They're the ones that had those parties, so they didn't care about the kids either. See, with me,
It's two-edged sword.
that's right. Because look, with me, I'm this kind of person. I don't care who you are, what you do, what you have. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's right.
They were hosting the parties, so they knew what they were getting themselves into, and they knew eventually that this was gonna come out into the public.
You can't say I did nothing. I didn't invite you in, I ain't drug you, I ain't
But the thing is,
none of that.
but T.I. and them, they are just much to blame.
Forks, spoons, all of it. Go ahead.
T.I. and Tiny are just much to blame as the girls that came in to indulge. So that's a story that is getting out now, and it's like a whole Me Too session, because once one girl came forward, all of them came forward, but everybody's story was the same. I was stripping at the club. I met T.I. at some strip club. Him and Tiny they were paying well. I went over there and they asked me if I want to go to a private party.
So
I said yes.
chasers.
I went back to the house with them. They did this to me. Don't complain about it when you went.
And they got paid.
They got paid. They took the money with no issue.
So can they get a refund? I mean, they already got everything that they paid for.
We talking about negativity.
And that's just I'm trying to figure out
don't be figuring out whether they get their refund.
They need if they wasn't pleased with the product or the services, then do they get to redeem or get a discount on the next trip? Or I mean, how does that work?
I don't know. I don't have a clue. The only thing I'm saying is, because our topic, for those of you that are just joining, I'll drop your cash app. Drop your cash app on Facebook. Drop your cash app on YouTube. Drop your cash app on Twitter. Drop your cash app.
Drop your cash app.
Drop your cash app. The thing that gets me is with the topic now for tonight, for those of you that join, is why does negativity spread so fast? Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Negativity in any form is bad, but it's really bad when you see it come to the church. negativity has, it's like now people are so disrespectful. You know, I said this a couple of weeks ago when I preached that people are so disrespectful, men and women of God nowadays. But I understand that part because it's a lot of people that are not living right. It's a lot of people that are doing things that they don't have no business doing. And so, of course, the people on the outside are looking in. They know their dirt, so they want to put that out there. I personally don't indulge when people start that negative stuff. I mean, I'm not even gonna jump on a bandwagon. I was reading all the stuff about T.I. and Tiny, and my heart goes out to them. I feel bad because I don't know exactly what happened. Don't none of us know. All we know is what we read. We was not there, but for all those girls to admit that they got paid for sex, I mean, how do you? I mean, it's like with R. Kelly. Y'all knew what y'all was doing when y'all went. He told you. You remind me of my G.
With all my all on top.
So it's like you put yourself in that position, and this is not coming from an insensitive place. Please believe me, because I'm a victim of molestation and rape, and I believe that it's always the woman's fault. I don't believe that, but I do believe that you have some part in what has happened, not as a child, but as an adult. If you take yourself where, you know, if you go to a place where you know that you have been solicited for sex. Most of the girls that was talking on there was saying that they were asked at the club, "Did you want to come back to a private party? We're gonna pay you," and they said yes.
I remember how that thing used to go at the club, man. One day, having some, especially when a known athlete or
rapper
came into the certain club, they after the club closed, they want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then if they are paying the right money, they going.
Yeah.
They're going. They're gonna go with the football players. They're gonna go with the basketball players, and then everything is supposedly kept on the hush. Now, somewhere in between the line, somebody didn't keep their end of the bargain, or wasn't invited to the next one. Happened when all of this got out in the first place, because they normally covered up.
It's a lot. It's a lot of. I mean, everything can be negative. You can just like everything. You can find a negative in every situation of your life. You can always find a positive. Now I'm gonna go back to what I was about to say with the church, because I feel like with the church we have experienced that. We have been a victim of somebody spreading around us, putting it all on on Facebook, and I mean when y'all all the good that we do. That we preach and all of that wasn't ever out because nobody ever shared that part of what we do. But the minute somebody came on there and said, now both of us work, but they said that we were money hungry. I don't know now, Pastor and First Lady, who how somebody could say that we are money hungry and we want the church's money, but we clock in. We work. How they that somebody that work clock in every day is hungry for your money when we have our own? That's what I didn't understand. But we were a victim of that, like many churches. I'm not saying that this ain't no words me speech or none of this, but this is what I had to realize. We were not the only ones prior to that happening to us, saying that we were money hungry, we was after people tithes and all this and that. Before that happened to us, there was a pastor in Dallas it was bad. He had something crazy going on. But my point for saying all that is this. Out of all the good he did, nobody talked about what he had done good. And just because of that one comment, everything he had done good was wiped away.
Yeah.
Because of that one thing that they said about him. And then all of a sudden he becomes this bad pastor. So I completely understand that, and that's why I'm not quick to jump on the bandwagons. Even when people are talking about men and women of God, I feel that God is the judge at the end of the day, and we should keep our mouth off of the men and women of God, whether they're right in our eyes or wrong in our eyes. Because one thing I know is true, the Bible says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. Whether you see fault in a person or not, I think that it's not our place to be the judge, jury, and the executioner. That's not how they go.
What we see is a trend of, we really want to break the algorithms. We want a lot of likes and shares coming from our pages. And so when we see something negative, we ain't getting a whole bunch of likes or nothing on our page. And so we want that attention drawn to our page. So we'll post that negative thing, and in hopes for some type of clap.
Yeah.
Whether it come from a bad place or we want that attention on our platform.
Some type of way.
So you see how many likes I got on this? You see how many shares I got on it? We are at a whole bunch of clap chasers. Just people might say we're doing this for
right.
I mean, so they're not going to see the positive, and they're always going to look for the negative.
Right.
Especially if they didn't come up with the idea first.
Of course.
They well, I ain't liking it, I ain't sharing it. But they won't do it for themselves as well. So the clout chasing, that is exactly what it is, man. From the victims to the ones that's being victimized.
Right.
So it's on both sides of the thing. I want a little popularity.
Everybody.
If you look at the bloggers, I've been checking out all of the bloggers on YouTube, and how they get their channel to grow is through negativity.
And it's unfortunate, but negativity
That's the only way they're gonna get people to subscribe.
It brings
That's the
attention.
only way they're gonna get people to chime in. That's the only way they're gonna get people to share it. And then they'll beat the trending topic to like when Mo3 passed away. Everybody was an investigator, and so everybody built up. Everybody was a private investigator. 48, first 48, or forensic file, and so everybody. All you have to do is hashtag that specific individual, and the people will jump on your post. Now, what I thought about doing is every last one of our house of delivering services. I thought about just tagging one of them on it and then see what happens. Would I be cloud chasing in, or would I be trying to reverse that negative into them coming to get some word? You see what I'm saying? I can trick them into thinking that I'm going to talk about this, and then bam, hit them with some word.
Yeah.
Think that'll work?
I don't think so.
They're going to walk right off as soon as they hear Jesus.
So they come in and see it's a church. So when they see church service going on, they're going to be like,
oh. They ain't said nothing about no rapper.
So y'all, another thing that I wanted to touch on, I'm not going to say any names, but today, boy, all over Facebook, we have seen so many heroes with this whole wreck, the whole 100-car pileup on 35.
Our thoughts and prayers to all of
all the victims, all the families of the victims, the frontline workers that were there, all the firemen, the police officers that witnessed that. That had to be horrific. Now, what bothered me is how so many people were out taking pictures of that, and trying to put themselves in that equation of what happened. And I don't feel like nobody could really understand what took place this morning besides those people who were eager to get to jobs that now will replace them because they're no longer available. That broke my heart thinking about that. A lot of people were saying people lost their lives this morning going to a job that they didn't like and all of that. But, it's hard to say that they didn't like their job. That's why they were going, because they wanted to be at work. And so I think that it's just where you are in your mind. A lot of people can't afford to be off. Everybody been off since the pandemic. Some people need to go to work. So it's unfortunate that those people went to work this morning and then they lost their lives. On one post that we saw today, it was full of negativity regarding that whole wreck. That person got over 900 and something likes on that post, 1.2K shares on that post. And it was the most disturbing post I've seen in a long, long time. And it's just because, the way the world has gotten, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, because the Bible says in the last days that men were going to be lovers of themselves. They were going to be heady, high-minded, no natural affection. And I feel like that's where we are. When you look at the world today, people don't love people the way they used to. People are not genuine the way they used to be. It's hard to find an honest friend. Everybody that comes to you and try to befriend you, we looking at them side-eyed we thinking that everybody is out to get us, or everybody's out to use us in some type of way. So just to see that, it was heartbreaking. But they got over 900 something likes. That was this morning. There's no telling where they are now. But it was, bashing the whole situation when we don't know people's situation. That's my point for saying that. But that negativity, it ran.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
It ran.
It's gonna go, man.
And 900 likes, 1.2K shares.
Quick.
Because people felt like those people were going to a job that they didn't like. Who knew those people in those cars?
Another thing.
Didn't nobody know those people. They didn't know their situations. They didn't know if they had children. They didn't know if they were, living from check to check, pillar to post. They didn't know if their cars. We don't know nothing about those people.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothered me about that was knowing if was any of those people saved. That was my only, that's what I always think about. Every time we go to a funeral, when I get in the car, I say, babe, he said, I already know what you're going to say. I say, yeah, I wonder if they were saved. That's my only concern. You want to touch on that with the whole?
The wreck?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast negative. It'll travel faster than bad news. If I can guarantee you, if we put a video up right now, if we kept this video up and then we trend and we have another video go behind it and we start bashing churches, I bet you that video will go faster than this one.
Well, watch this. I could do you better. Remember when we first started Sofa Talk? And then we gave the introduction when we was in the kitchen and we played that little clip about how we was talking about catching folks, and choking them and body slamming them and all that. And, we were talking about and so they thought that we was gonna be on here. We was gonna talk about everybody that done us wrong, and then we even had the hecklers coming to talk about it. I had to go in, remove comments and all that. I said, man, forget all that, man. If they want to continue to watch us, they ain't gonna step up to us in the middle of it. They ain't about that kind of life. So they already. So what they really thought we were gonna do was continue to do these cyber wars and be negative.
Yeah.
And then when we flip the script and start putting some Bible studies on it, then they stop watching.
And really, what we were doing was trying to draw the people in.
The channel was growing quick. As soon as they thought we were going to talk about this and
talk about people,
they thought we were going to talk about pastors and talk about crooked churches, and they thought, even though they exist, but that ain't my place to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Especially not on this channel, because I believe that you once you start any level, any social media broadcast in any capacity, I feel like you then become, the platform is large. Whether there's 50 people watching, 20 people, y'all, our service on Sunday has already reached, yesterday it was at 5K. Every time we get off the services and we come back and check and look at the numbers and stuff on it, we have already blown it out the water. So just because you can't see how many people is watching, you only see people that are friends with you that are watching. That's the numbers that you see. But when we get off of here, it's always 200-300 people that have watched our segments with us the whole time. You can't see it. Yeah. You only see the people that you know.
Don't click in.
Yeah,
they watch
it without clicking in.
Yeah, with the phone. With the phone like this.
Yeah,
but not clicked in.
But a lot of people they love the negativity, or they loved when we first started because they thought, this is going to be, we're going to be talking people and all this, and that's not what we were there for. We were just doing a couple of things just to kind of bring the people in so that they'll see what Sofa Talk was about. So the next thing I want to talk about, because Pastor and I have been, we have been invited into Clubhouse. So we've been on Clubhouse, and I thought that this was going to be something that was going to be very, enlightening.
I like the prayers that they have in the morning. I think
it depends on what rooms you go in.
What your interest
is. So, but we seen one today because we had we put on there, our interest was one with church. Yeah. One like Christianity, and I had selected spirituality also. But I took that one off because I thought maybe it's not what I'm used to. It's not spirit I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, Burns said.
So I got off of that.
Y'all that do,
and but So I got off of that one, but I stayed on the Christianity one. But something just struck me today. After one of his chat rooms opened up, gave him he got the notification, and it said hoes in the church gone wild.
Gone wild.
Hoes. They said hoes in the church gone wild, y'all.
Like, oh my.
So I told Pastor, well, don't click into that one because they're gonna see you that you in the building.
Ain't in that.
And we don't want to look in there. I wanted to go in there to see what they was talking about.
No.
But just the mere fact
But
that
see,
somebody has
some of the
the
titles
audacity.
is enticing. And that's,
Yeah. But it's
and that's
also
what they do to get you to come in and view.
but it's also
So I
negative.
can scroll right now on the trending topics on YouTube right now, and I guarantee you it's gonna be something that'll catch your eye, and that's what it is. It's clickbait.
Yeah.
Clickbait. But that's the society that we live in. We live in a social media driven society, and so negativity sells. Negativity builds platforms. Negativity is trendy. Negativity
Yeah,
is
Sister
popular.
Tiff.
But I mean, when it hits your front door, though, how does it affect the individuals that is, I mean, out there for a couple of weeks? I mean, me, I was G with it, but it bothered you. I tell it bothered you. Became standoffish to a lot of people. You edgy, and then especially when we seen folks at the restaurant. I mean, I can't even get you to enjoy your meal because you think about choke slamming somebody.
That's right.
So I'm like, how it affects the people, the family, especially being a pastor. They don't know how it affects the sons and the daughters and the nephews.
But they don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care
about all that.
They don't care.
But
They don't care until it's them.
But here's the thing: if I wasn't a man of God, if I wasn't,
Lord Jesus.
and all I had to do was unleash my children, it's simple. I got 8 of them, 9.
But you got
And
8 boys.
they got cousins, and all of them ain't saved. so be careful how you put your mouth
we
on
have
baby.
8 adult male children.
That ain't what you want.
And people just don't even understand, you know,
That ain't what you want.
the whole. I mean, and the thing is, y'all, people have to realize that pastors and first ladies we are human beings like everybody else.
That ain't what they want.
But they have to remember we wasn't always saved.
Say, man,
that's what people gotta remember.
I handle it. They ain't talking about you. They talking about me. He said, "Well, pops, you better do something, then, pops."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
and the crazy thing about it is people don't see that as an issue. Like, I'm sure it's plenty of people that's laughing at T.I. and Tiny and talking about that whole situation, laughing about this mess with the clubhouse, the hoes in the church gone wild. It's funny now, but it wouldn't be funny if it was at your house.
Right.
It wouldn't be funny if it was your mama. It was your mama. Look, who is a missionary at your church? I'm trying to tell you, my mom used to tell us that all the time. Yeah. You laughing now, baby, but the same thing make you laugh, gonna make you cry. Because it's something about, you know, we live in the Bible, especially if you call yourself saved, we live off of the law of reciprocation. So you know, whatever you sow, you're gonna reap it.
Yeah.
But the thing that
silently or something.
Yeah,
then after you finish laughing, say, "Lord, forgive me."
Troy said people ping you to stuff and they follow you and vice versa. I don't want nobody pinging me to nothing. I've been pinged all day and I ignore it because I don't want to be a part of that foolery. That's not why I got in there. So I'm thinking about getting out of that because I thought that was something like with business and stuff like that.
There's a lot of platforms in there that is. I mean, you just gotta ignore that. You can move that other foolishness out the way.
Yeah, I don't.
Just like on social media. If people wonder why you receive and delete so many people all of the time. Yeah. Well, if they doing a whole bunch of cussing and doing all kind of stuff, I don't want that in my timeline. So my first thing is I'm gonna unfollow you.
Right.
And then if that ain't work, then I just gotta totally disassociate myself with you all the way. Because I don't want that in my spirit.
Right.
He's scrolling and seeing some half naked or a whole bunch of cussing, and I'm like, no, man, I'm good with all that.
Yeah,
you do timeline. And what we fail to realize on our platform, when we place different types of characteristics on our platform, we don't know who
Who watching?
who watching.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to carry myself in a way that I don't want to be a stumbling block to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
want to
so
be no
true.
stumbling block. So all I want to do, all you see me is promote the church. All you see me is promote my businesses, her business, and that's it. I mean, every now and then I share something sarcastic. Now, back in 2009, when I first got on social media, I was a rebel. I went against everything. I gained a whole lot of enemies. I wasn't a pastor then, but I was just becoming into into the ministry. I was like, well, and being a PK myself, I understand how boys feel.
Yeah.
Because I remember them putting their mouth on my pops, and I had
with me.
man, Lord forgive me, but I put that deacon through that wall. So did, and then told Daddy, I don't want this position no more. I stopped going to church. And so, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, people have to remember that, we still have lives and we have family. And even though it may be something that you don't agree with, you don't never know what'll end up happening on the flip side of that, because you may sow a seed of discord, but I can tell you today, you will get it back.
Oh yeah,
you will.
And I ain't got to be the one to get it.
We don't have to do it. God said, "Vengeance is mine," said the Lord. I shall repay. Not I might. If it look like I need to, He said, "I shall." That's a loaded word by itself. Loaded 4-letter word. That means it's got to happen.
Comments going on and what we got.
I don't see none on Facebook.
None on Facebook. Ain't nobody saying nothing that you're watching.
No, Troy was the last one. Oh, Sister Till say, "This is why I stay away from social media." Shaking my head. I know it. She say, Troy say, "I'm in a woman's group. In business groups, music and women." That's it. Yep.
Sister Kenzie say, me and Sister Brittany was talking about this yesterday.
About what? About negativity?
About negativity.
Sister Bernicia say, if they really know y'all, that would have never came out of their mouth. I know. Well, you would think they did. They've been with us for 6 years.
Well, I mean, I know family members that done deal. I mean, so they know very well.
Yeah.
So and they done talk crazy and lied, and so I mean, it is what it is. It's a part of the territory.
Well, said the thrill of mess being started, fights breaking out, and drama being is fun for some. Boring lives need some kind of fun too. That's so true.
That's right.
Some folks, that's true. Some people are just bored with themselves, don't have nothing else better to do, jealous of your life, whatever the case may be, and then they'll come and make that happen in your life. Wreak some kind of havoc. I'm gonna tell you something too, though. I know that some things. This may sound crazy. I'm not gonna go into detail about this, but I know that some things are ordained, because some stuff you just gotta go through. Some things are there to build your faith.
I mean, it
and your endurance.
Made me strong.
Yeah. One time when I remember that I was thinking back on when I was in ministry somewhere at another church, and I was like, I know what God called me to do. I knew that God had called me to preach and all this and that, but I wasn't doing that. And I felt crazy about it. And then right now, this was like years ago. And right now, I'm at a place where God was able to tell me that He was already me for the spirit to be able to accept the spirit of rejection. Like some things I didn't realize that until after Pastor preached about that, and then God started dealing with me about that. We don't understand some of the things that we have to go through because we are so on the defense.
Right.
All the time. And sometimes some of this stuff, it is pure hell. And some things are just people are raising hell with you. But some things are spiritual. So we have to remember too how to separate the two. When all that stuff happened with us at the church, I was not thinking about it in no spiritual manner and no spiritual realm. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'd be lying if I sit here and say that. I was ready to box. And I'm talking about everybody that came with it. I was ready to box because it's like, in ministry, you give yourself selflessly. I was. You give yourself so much to other people, like people don't realize being the wife of the pastor and then being the first lady, we give of ourselves selflessly. We're there when nobody else is there. We are committed 100%. If nobody else give, guess what? Who gotta give? We gotta give. And a lot of people always say, "Well, it's your church. It doesn't matter. We're supposed to be a body. We're supposed to be a body. It's God's house, and everybody's supposed to be a body, and we're supposed to be a part." But the thing that people don't look at is that I give of myself so much to other people. Like I have no time to be private or to myself or not to deal with nobody. If you have an issue, you're gonna look to call me. You're gonna look to call Pastor. So there is no cutoff for us with people. But it's like every time we get close to people, there's a cutoff for us with them. So it hurts you in that way because then you don't know how to deal with people. Sister Bernicia say it takes a certain level of maturity to look past drama. You ain't kidding. That's where I am. Like even with that stuff that happened with them doing that with Pastor, even though they want to talk about me, I told him I felt like they were talking about me because we're one. And if they feel like that about you, I'm upset because I know what we have done. And a lot of people don't want you to remind them of what you've done for them, but you want to remind me of what I did to you. That don't make sense to me. If you're gonna tell people that I did something to you, whether it's the truth or a lie, tell them what I did for you.
Ain't true.
I
ain't gonna get too much of that too much more publicity with that.
Yeah, that's okay. But we're talking about negativity, so we gotta talk about it. So our next
come on with it.
Our next topic that we're gonna move to is on Bishop Marvin Winans.
We already talked about negativity. Let's go on to the catch.
No, come on, we gotta do this because we got this on the list.
You already covered that.
No, listen. The reason why I want to talk about this is because somebody went on. This really wasn't a negative thing. I mean, I don't know what the guy's point was for this, but it was another.
Because he ain't armor bearer.
Yeah, he was an armor bearer. So was it to him?
Yeah, he got fired. Yeah.
So he was lying.
Yeah.
But he said that God told him to rebuke him openly on live, y'all, instead of going in private. If you know this man like you say you do, and you have walked with him, and God told you to rebuke this man, and God didn't tell you to do it openly. The reason why I want to point this out because he got 7,000 views on this 20-minute video.
Yeah.
7,000 views. All negative. It was nothing
that was just
good.
One video. Like I said, when it's a trending topic, other bloggers they pick it up and then they just share the same video over and over and over again, just to gain viewers, just to gain subscribers.
Yeah.
And so the video that you watched today wasn't even the same one that I watched last week. It was a totally different video.
Oh, this was another video?
I mean, he has several. I mean, all of them have several. And that ain't the only. They got one channel, and that's all they do is talk about different pastors and different musicians and different gospel artists. It's a quote unquote gospel soap opera or what's the TMD for the secular word? Well, that's the gospel secular TMD. And it's a black dude, and all he do is he just roll with it.
So I asked the question:
Why?
Why does negativity spread so fast? Why? Y'all tell me why? Why you think it spreads so fast? And I said, why though? When it doesn't even have anything to do with the people that are spreading it. It has nothing to do with them. The people don't even know you, but they gonna spread the negativity. Man. They don't even know you, but they gonna press share on their Facebook to share what somebody else said about somebody that they don't know. Why does that attract
just
people?
Be something familiar. They can identify with the hurt, and then it might have happened to them, and see, that's why I don't like such and such and such and such. This what I'm talking about, such and such and such and such. Boom, they shared, and somebody else that it happened to, and then that's how the T.I. Tiny thing just kept going. Yeah. And not just T.I. Tiny, but the Bill Cosby thing started going, and then the R. Kelly thing just started going, and everybody started coming out the woodworks. Think that notice that nobody talk about none of this about with R. Kelly until VH1 started offering some money.
Yeah.
Now we've been knowing about
Everybody came out the
Aaliyah since the 90s.
Since we were in school. We were in high school.
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
And then I can think of back in the 80s and the 90s, younger men my age didn't talk to. It was the girls always talked to somebody older. They didn't talk to nobody in our grade.
I did.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
And so I remember high school dudes coming to pick up the junior high girls. And I'm like, man, what is y'all doing? Come to get our girls. And I'm like, whoa. And so, and then we get to high school, and then you got people that's out of school still coming to pick up the girl. And then now all of a sudden, we want to chunk rocks and hide our hands because the trend didn't stop because we was going back to girls from the high school. You see what I'm saying? So to go on and bash y'all, y'all done did it too. Whatever Bill Cosby did, y'all done did it too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever T.I. and Tiny them did, y'all done did it, or you want to do it too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why is the negativity spreading? Because we're not in a part of it, but we want to be a part of it.
Sister Tiff say people don't like to see others prosper, so any news of negativity,
any negative news is news. News is news. That's why I say when you come in, hit the don't like button or the like button. Either way it goes, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, y'all, everybody that's in here, please hit the like button on the video. And on that note, I want to give you the definition for negativity.
Go over now. Go on.
I'm going to give you the definition for negativity. It is the tendency to be downbeat, disagreeable, and skeptical. Pessimistic attitude is the pessimistic attitude that always expect the worst. And if you want to know what a pessimist is, it is a person who tends to see the worst aspect of things or believe the worst will always happen.
Wow.
You know, there are people out there that they're doomed from jump. This is who they are. This is what they want. Yeah. And they are pessimists. And that word downbeat only means to be just a gloomy person, a depressed, downtrodden person. That person always want to see the people who they think are above them pulled down. That's what that is. And so it say to be pessimist means to tend to see the worst aspect of things or believe that the worst will always happen. I've been around people that never have nothing good to say. Always think that something negative is going to happen or the worst will happen. You know that? Right. And I don't want to be around people like that. I hate that, especially when you in church and you are a man or a woman of God. If you are that kind of person and you are Debbie Downer, and every time you say something, it's something negative, you cannot tell me you believe in God. You can't, because there is no way that you can say that you believe in a God that you don't think can do anything for you. Everything that happens to you and around you is negative. That don't make sense to me. Sister Tiff say, my mama wouldn't even let me go to the same building as R. Kelly. I was going to see Neo. We all knew about it. That's right. You couldn't, that's the way you do. But look, all the parents, it's like this situation. All the parents that their daughters wanted to sing, they met R. Kelly, and this fool said, I need your daughter, your 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old daughter to come stay with me so I can get her music career off the ground. What old parent give a grown man who been peeing on people every time he got to use the restroom for years, you let your daughter, your 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old daughter go and stay with this fool talking about he gonna work on her career.
You gotta say allegedly.
We saw the video.
I ain't saw nothing.
I did.
I ain't saw that man
He peed on somebody.
Allegedly. He allegedly used the bathroom.
No, he did that.
For copyright. He allegedly went on to court.
They said he peed on somebody.
He allegedly went.
They had a video.
I ain't saw nothing.
And the video said he was somebody.
No, allegedly.
But
people love to spread mess as long as it ain't they.
That's right.
You know what?
That's what I say. It's okay until it's in their house. That's what I was saying.
They want you to be quiet.
It's all right until it's their
My
mess.
husband slapped me last night.
Yeah. And then it'll be mad.
Don't you tell nobody, but he gave me a venereal disease.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna spread that is.
Mm-mm. But gonna talk about everything else that got something to do with everybody else. It don't make no sense to me.
Don't you tell nobody, but he lost his job.
Oh Lord, have
But you
mercy.
still with it.
Yeah. But don't want nobody to know.
Lord,
Don't want nobody to know your juice. My daddy used to tell me, don't tell folks nothing that's juicy because it's too juicy. They're gonna tell somebody else. He said,
Tell
keep your
somebody.
business to yourself. My daddy was
I
big.
understand. We got a lot of young people at the church and they love telling their business to everybody. Well, it ain't like that.
No, we don't tell no business now. I tell what I want people to know. Other than that,
I don't do that. You tell them nothing. The word. That's all I'm there
So
for.
y'all, we're up to the fun part. Do anybody want to make any more comments or anything about the topic on negativity before we move on to the caption this for tonight?
Sister Brittany say, Pastor say his name Bennett and I ain't in it.
Yeah.
I ain't get to for copyright purposes. Allegedly, we got to remember to say allegedly.
Okay, well he allegedly.
He allegedly can't go around saying folk did stuff and they ain't went to court yet.
Yeah, I thought he already went to court.
No, they ain't going to court for that. And he was found innocent for that. So
okay. Well,
yeah.
he didn't pee on us.
He
like
ain't
that.
went to court for this other stuff. So we ain't gonna we ain't said that. No.
I thought.
No, see that?
But he
negative.
didn't.
You see how negative?
I'm just saying that Sister Tip. I made a comment that what kind of parent will let you take their child and keep them at that age, talking about a darn music career? I'm not. Allegedly. I bet not.
Allegedly.
Yeah, they.
Now we ready. A little fun.
Y'all ready for the caption this for tonight? Because it is for me. Come on, let's go. Caption this. Waylon, get your fingers ready.
Caption this. What is he saying? What he saying? What he said first? It look like he said.
Wait. Don't tell him. I'm gonna tell him what happened first. Y'all caption this. So in this picture, this fool had dropped his bowl, his little doggy brush, his little doggy bone, all that downstairs to the neighbors downstairs from us. It was far away, and he was looking down there at it.
When they say feed me,
Pastor looked out there because he was making a bunch of noise, and he leaned over, and that fool was looking back at Pastor, looking like that. So he took a picture of him. So,
can you tell them to let me in? One more time. Let's look at it. It's pretty, dog.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Captain this saying, what is the
Come on, saying? I know somebody on Facebook got something to say.
What Lil Cujo
come on, I know you got something to say.
Lil Cujo.
Sister Tim say, I'm locked up, they won't let me out. That's a good one. I'm locked up.
I'm so lonely, I have nobody to call my own.
He do look sad, don't he?
Yeah, that boy. He sure make up a lot of noise. Yeah.
I'm glad he gone.
Yeah.
Been so peaceful. I bet the people that they move close to now is
oh my God. You ain't got nothing there?
Sister Diddy say, I know you see me.
You see me out here. It's cold out here, brother.
Ooh, I told him when he brought that in and showed it to me, I said, I bet he say, can you have a brother out?
Help a brother out, man.
Because he was looking at his bowl and stuff, and then he turned around and looked at Pastor. Boy, I was crying.
He do got one of them. Say what?
Yeah. Can you have a brother out, though?
Say what?
Oh, my God.
Say what?
That was funny. He was
Say
hilarious.
What? All right. Say what?
That's funny.
Look, y'all ready for number 2?
Ready for number 2.
Y'all better brace yourself for this one. Y'all better be. Oh my goodness.
Did everybody drop their app? The only cash app I see is Sister Jaleesa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all better drop your
Y'all
cash
better
out.
get ready. Yeah. You say what? You say what? You say what?
Caption this one.
Captain it.
Picture number 2.
Yeah. You say what? Uh-oh. I bet they keep my name out their mouth now. One. You say what?
Oh, God.
Say it again. Yeah. You say he was a preacher. Say what? Sister Brittany, tell you what you say, fool. Try me one more time, and that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
I know that's right.
Look, Troy said, when somebody don't have their mask on coughing around you. And then she said, when somebody not keeping up with the 6 feet apart rule. Sister Tiff say that's that light skin pose. LOL. Light skin pose, Sister Tiff. Ooh. Waylon say, unhand first lady before I go ballistic and cut every thing moving. You tell me unhand first lady before I go ballistic and cut everything moving.
Everything. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Okay. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is funny.
All right. So which one is the winner? Number 1?
Which caption is
Which caption is the one for the night? Number 1, or is it number 2? Number 2. Where number 2 go? Number 2. Number 2.
Well, let's see it again, please. That's number 1. And number 2. Well, let's say number 2 for him.
We have a winner.
You like number 2?
Number 2.
Oh, man, that is funny.
Number 2. Yeah, number 2.
He'll say number 1. You like the dog pose?
Yeah. He said, I don't want to see nobody get cut. Everybody on YouTube. Yeah. Great episode on negativity spread. I told y'all we like to have a little fun. We like to laugh a little bit. And by watching that, I noticed that when it comes to the realization that we are not for every audience. Everybody is not gonna like what we say, how we say it. It is what it is. It is what it is. How we preach, how we teach, how we explain different scenarios, our different opinions. Everybody ain't gonna agree with it. Everybody ain't gonna like it. It is what it is. That's the beauty of freedom of speech. We are at 192. We appreciate all of the subscribers. Appreciate all of them. Every last one of the subscribers. Man, that dude clapping fast. Every last one of the subscribers, we appreciate you. Marathon Will and shall continue on tomorrow. So we'll meet you back on HOD TV. God bless you. Y'all have a good one. I'm out.